Now let's look at the usage of this TactFlow tool. First, once you start the project, you'll come to this login page where you can give some credentials and you can log in, and then you will have to build a persona if it doesn't exist. And in my case, I already hopefully have a persona built, titled or ID'd as Peter Pan. So Peter Pan is a colleague of mine whom I want to negotiate or nudge to agree to a certain point, which is to get Peter to agree to deploy the agentic tool by Friday, which is ahead of scheduled deployment on next Tuesday. And once I mentioned this to Peter, his argument was that can be done only if QA passes. Now I want to persuade Peter to get it released by Friday. So let me try to generate nudges. So there is a mood analysis displayed, and then two conversational suggestions are given. First is a collaborative one. So I click on that. I say that out loud to Peter. I read it. Could we collaborate on prioritizing the critical QA finding for an expedited review this afternoon, ensuring all requirements are met to confidently deploy by Friday? Yeah. So either I can use it as it is, one of the suggestions as it is, or I can have a conversation of my own taking these hints. So if I change it, then I can probably delete the default one and I can type in whatever I have said. Yeah. And of course, Peter will respond some way, and that response I'll paste here. Say, Peter have done no, the QA team seems overloaded. Yeah. So let me generate the nudges to go forward. So again, it generates suggestions on a turn-by-turn basis. As the scenario gets more complex, as the persona that is stored in the database gets more concrete, the suggestions will become more and more useful. Right now, it may not seem that useful. That's because the LLM is not having sufficient information for the purpose. Yeah. So either I can download the conversation into a text file, or I can update the persona using this conversation. So if I click on that, then the conversation gets exported to the persona distiller tool. We were originally on this nudge generator tool, and now we have moved to this persona distiller tool, where I can run a distillation task. And the behavioral traits, etc., will get extracted out of the conversation. The longer the conversation, the more meaningful the extracted data is going to be, and the more valuable the extracted data, or more correct the extracted data is, the more it is going to help you with future negotiations. Yeah. So that's kind of the persona distiller part of the tool, and this distilled data will get stored into the database. And next time, whenever you want to do a negotiation with Peter Pan, you can select in the nudge generator the Peter Pan as the ID, and all this data will get fetched from the database and will be used to nudge Peter Pan towards the goal that you are setting here. In addition to these two tools, there is a rollback manager using which you can roll back to say an agent hallucinates, a distillation agent hallucinates and stores a bad version of persona. In that case, you can roll back to an older version. Let me try retrieve the current profile, and hopefully we will be able to roll back to an older version. In case the current version, the V2 version, is corrupted, we can hopefully roll back to a V1 version. Yeah. So that's kind of the functionality of this TactFlow app. Thank you.